Guys, what's up? Welcome to the podcast, to the YouTube channel. My name is Marlon Johnson. Today we're talking about manifestation, we're talking about visualization, and we're talking about law of attraction. We're gonna go ahead and jump right into it. I do not wanna waste any time. In fact, I just recorded this entire video and I realized this mic was not turned on. So we're here back for round two. Hopefully it's even better than the first round. And when we talk about law of attraction, I want to first off say this. The fact that you're watching this video right now is proof positive that law of attraction, law of vibration, visualization, and frequencies are all real thing, because you wouldn't be here watching this kind of video and listening to me if you weren't in a place in your life where you're actively looking for more. You're looking for more abundance. You're looking for a positive mindset. You're looking for growth. You're looking to create your life on purpose. And that's why you landed on this video. Also, you attracted me as much as I attracted you on the other side of that screen, because I'm putting out this content with an energy that I want to reach other people who are on this vibration, who are on this frequency, who pass the vibe check. And the vibe check says you're someone who's a growth-minded individual who wants to create their life on purpose. So let's go ahead and talk about that. When we talk about the law of attraction, the secret to the law of attraction is this up here. It's the 6 inches in between my ears. It's my mind. It's the ability to visualize and see things before they happen. Because ultimately, when you're creating anything in this life, whether it's a business, whether it's a relationship, whether it's a family, whether it's your dream house, whatever it is, understand this. Just like the law of gravity states that what goes up must come down, the law of visualization states that everything that you see in the outer world was first created in your inner world. In somebody's inner world, everything that we now see was once imagined, and then it was brought into reality. It was brought into the physical realm. In fact, I just had proof of this today. Earlier this morning, we woke up and we went out to Saguaro Lake. So that's where you can go and do cliff jumping if you live out here in Arizona. We drove out there and we went to the cliffs. Now, there are 10-foot cliffs, 20-foot cliffs, and 30-foot cliffs. Today, we were just hanging out on the 10 and 20 foots because we just wanted to have some fun, mess around, do a couple of flips here and there. And as I was jumping around in the water, I wanted to try a trick that I'm not really comfortable with yet, which is you're doing a front flip. So I do a front flip, and then I continue to let my body rotate into a head-first hand dive into the water. So think of like 1.5 body flips right into like a perfect swan dive. And this is a trick that I don't do often. I'm not super comfortable with. And I was starting to feel my body get a little bit nervous. I was feeling my heart rate start to elevate and all the things that start to happen when you're like, I don't know if I could do this. Self-doubt starts kicking in. Then you start seeing yourself potentially getting hurt. And I had to stop myself. And I said, you know what, chill. Calm down. What do you need to do in this moment? Close your eyes and see the trick happening. So I did that. I sat down for a minute on the rocks and I closed my eyes and I saw myself lifting into the air. I saw myself going through the first body rotation. And I'm watching this almost like third person from another perspective. So I'm watching my body go through the air, get that first rotation, and then get into the second rotation and then begin to open up, spot the water, had my hands reach for it, and I would just go through the water and my legs would follow through perfectly. And so as I started to see this in my mind clearly, I did so in a relaxed manner. I didn't allow myself to get amped up, didn't let adrenaline start kicking in. I just saw it very calmly, almost like I was watching it on a movie screen. And as I saw it happening in the way I wanted it to happen, I trusted that my subconscious mind, because I'm seeing it visually, I trusted that my subconscious mind is getting this image as well. And then from there, I simply gave my body permission. I allowed myself to then go ahead and execute on the image I just gave it. I basically said, here's the image, here's what I want you to do, and now go do it. And I opened my eyes and I trusted that my subconscious got it. And here's the interesting thing. I did not try to force the flip. I just got up, took a nice deep breath, and I allowed myself to go for it. So I gave myself a little 3, 2, 1, nice and calm. I wasn't amped up, wasn't hyping myself up. And I went calmly and I let go. I allowed the body to go through the motion. And would you know it, the flip came out perfect. As I hit the water and came out, Caroline, my friend, she's like, dude, that was perfect. Like you perfectly rotated, you entered the water, like it didn't hurt and nothing hurt. Like it was like the perfect flip that happened. And the big thing was I saw it in my mind first and I allowed it to happen. This is how visualization works. This is how law of attraction works. The reality of me landing the flip the way I wanted to land it, I brought that into my life. I brought that into physical reality as a result of seeing it in my mind first. This isn't the only thing I've ever visualized. The house I live in, I visualized this house. Doing deals in real estate, buying properties, owning rentals, doing fix and flips. I've seen these things happen first in my mind. Because what's interesting is if you pay attention to famous athletes, if you look at the Michael Jordans of the world or the Conor McGregors, these guys talk about how they see the game, how they see the fight, how they see the competition going before it ever even happens. In fact, Conor McGregor was famous for this. He would do these pre-fight interviews. And in the pre-fight interview, he would actually say, this is what's going to happen in the fight. In the second round, I'm going to knock this guy out. I'm going to hit him with the boom, boom, bow. And this is how the fight's going to work. And what you would see was in the fight, it would happen exactly as Conor McGregor would call it. Second round, he would come in with the same combo, boom, boom, pow, dude goes down. And Conor McGregor is standing there like, I told you this would happen. And it's not because he was so cocky, although he did have a bit of an ego in parts of his career. It was because he had seen it so many times in his mind. Conor McGregor talks about how he would visualize the fights over and over and over. Michael Jordan visualized, the late Kobe Bryant would visualize, Tom Brady would visualize himself winning the Super Bowl, winning the game, being down in the last quarter, and just being in the pocket and getting himself to the victory line. You have to see things in your mind if you want to create them. And being able to sit down and image it up, it's an exercise of the imagination. And so what happens oftentimes, I believe, is people know that other people could visualize, but they say, I can't visualize. I struggle to see it, Marlon. I struggle to see the money I can earn. I struggle to see myself successful in business. I struggle to see myself as confident. Well, yeah, you struggle to do those things because you never practice. Because here's the thing. Imagine this. You saw me doing handstands and you saw me walking around on my hands and walking up and down the staircase on my hands. At no point would you think, oh, he's just naturally gifted and able to do that. Somewhere in your mind, it would register that, hey, he's probably been training handstands for years, whether he did gymnastics or he was in the circus or whatever it is. You would just naturally assume that I put in work to attain the skill and be able to do this on command. Visualization is the same thing. It is a skill that can be developed if you practice doing it. And just like the first time I kicked up into a handstand and I just flopped over onto my back or I fell back down to my feet, your visualization in the beginning will be something like that. I've been practicing visualization now for years. Since back when I was a skateboarder, as an athlete, I would see the tricks in my mind first, and then I would go and allow my body to do and perform what it saw on the screen of my mind. The challenge is you've allowed things like Netflix, Amazon Prime, going to the movies, which are all things I love to do. Guys, I watch Amazon Prime. In fact, I was watching the show The Boys, which I got a little too into because I finished 3 seasons in a matter of 7 days. I've allowed these things, and most of us have allowed the Amazon Primes and the Netflix of the world to start creating the images for us. We've let our imagination atrophy. We let the muscle of our imagination get small because just like a dude who's using testosterone or HGH, his balls literally shrivel up because he's no longer producing his own testosterone. His body is saying, you don't need us anymore, and it starts to shut down those parts of the body. Your imagination is doing the same thing because you're constantly allowing the outside world to feed the images to you. Your imagination is saying, oh, you don't need me. Let me go ahead and shrink down and let's go ahead and create more space for you to do what you're already doing. You get familiar with how you learn how to see the image, and you're learning how to see the image through Netflix. Instead, I want you to open up your own Netflix in your mind. Open up your own movie studio in your mind and start to direct the life journey. Start to direct your actual life on the screen of your mind. See yourself as you would like to be. See yourself confident. See yourself, imagine this week, if you know you've got some meetings coming up this week, or you've got a particular sales call you've got to make. A lot of the people watching this channel, a lot of the people that you follow me, you're in places in your life or in your career where you're probably being paid based on performance. It's commission sales. It's, you run your own business. You're doing something where your pay is directly correlated to the performance that you give. And so what I want you to do is for this week coming up, Think about the sort of performances you're going to have, the sales pitch, the leads that you need to talk to, the sellers that you need to talk to, the clients you need to talk to, and imagine those conversations. See them going well. Also, see yourself being rejected and role play from that rejection. How are you going to handle it? How are you going to pivot it? In your mind, you can make up whatever scenario you want. Start to play these scenarios out in your mind so that when they happen in real life, you're already practiced. You're ready for this. This past 2 years, I've been going and traveling around the US, and I've been speaking on stages in front of rooms of anywhere as small as 20 people to rooms of 400 or 500 people. And when I go and I speak on these stages, I have presentations that I like to give. And when I give these presentations, I still sweat because I get a little excited. Like my body starts to amp up a little bit. So I sweat. And it's not from being nervous, it's from being excited. It's because this is important to me. It's something I take serious. And when I'm there, I deliver the performance well, not because I'm this amazing rock star speaker. It's because I've practiced my performance. I've practiced my delivery. I've practiced pausing, slowing down the conversation, leaning in a little bit, leaning back. I practiced the silence I would allow on stage to let the audience think about what I just said. All of these things I've reviewed in my mind over and over. I've role played it. I've even heard my tonality shift. I've heard when I've gotten excited. I've heard when I've gotten sad. And so all of these things allow for me to get and attract and bring to me the sort of life I want, to create in the reality that we're living here, in this physical reality, the things that I saw in my imagined reality. This is how law of attraction works. This is the law of visualization. And again, this works independent of everything. I know sometimes people are like, hey, I've met people who are religious people and they say, but I believe in, Christianity, or I believe in this, so I can't also believe in the law of attraction. And I say, well, does being a Christian or does being Jewish or being Buddhist prevent you from believing in the law of gravity? They're like, well, no. I'm like, all right, well, to me, this is the same. It's if I throw something up, it comes down. That's a law of the universe. That's just one of the natural laws of this universe that we live in. If you start thinking and you start seeing images in your mind of what you desire, which, by the way, you already think in images. You don't need to necessarily train yourself to think in images. What you need to train yourself to do is see the images that you want to create in your life. You've already been thinking about things, but odds are you're just thinking about the debt you have. You're thinking about the bad relationship. You're thinking about what you don't want to have happen. The reason you can't think about, or that you shouldn't be thinking about the things you don't want to have happen, is because the universe works, your mind works in picture. And so it doesn't see the don't. Because when you think of, I don't want to be in a car accident, you're seeing a car accident. So your mind is pulling car accident to you. You're attracting car accident to you. When you're thinking, I don't want to get a flat tire, you're seeing in your mind, because you have to see the thing you don't want. So you're seeing the flat tire. So you're bringing the flat tire to you. Instead, start thinking about the things that you do want. I do want to see myself driving the brand new Porsche GT3 RS, but I already see the car I want. I already see the car that is mine. I already see the car. I see it in my driveway. I see myself when the driveway opens up, it's sitting in the spot next to my current car. It's sitting next to my BMW. I have the white Porsche inside there with the red interior, with the special carbon fiber trim kit. Like, I see it already with the custom rims. I see the whole thing. You have to begin to see it, begin to feel it, begin to give gratitude and joy for it. Because if you start giving gratitude for the things that are yours, that haven't shown up yet, this is faith. This is you're proving that you have faith that it will be yours. You're keeping yourself in harmony with it. You're keeping yourself on that same frequency. And again, frequency is what brought you here. You're already on a higher frequency, or you wouldn't be watching this video. You wouldn't have made it this far into this video. And that right there is proof positive that you are actively creating and attracting to you the things that you need. Now, what I need for you to do this week, because this video, it's not about me. This video is about you. This is why you are here watching this. This video is for you. What I want you to do this week is I want you to visualize out this week. I want you to look at your calendar and see what calls you have coming up. See what appointments you have coming up. What meetings? Where do you need to be? Is it your kid's soccer game? Is it your job? Do you have a meeting on Monday and a meeting on Wednesday? Do you have to meet with your CPA? Do you have to do your taxes? Whatever it is, begin to visualize tonight. Take time to go and visualize what that week is going to look like. Go and live into those meetings and go see yourself showing up as the most ideal version of you. And role play it in your mind. Role play it. Like hear yourself talking. See yourself shaking the hands of whoever you need to shake the hands of. See yourself logging onto the Zoom. What are you wearing? Do you have deodorant on? Do you have like smell? Get your senses involved. Get emotionally involved. Get your entire awareness involved in your role-played reality, in your visualization. This is going to make things come into your life faster. And remember, you are the director. You're in control of how the story goes. You don't need to be realistic here. Be unrealistic. See what you want. Don't even worry about how it's going to happen. Just see yourself being and behaving and having the things that you want in your life. And again, bringing it back to like from a scripture place, think about the words that were written in scripture. And I'm going to paraphrase it because I might not be able to quote it specifically. It says, be not transformed by this world, or be not conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. The renewing of your mind. When you start to visualize something else, you are renewing your mind. You are seeing a clear picture. You are pulling back the veils and you are seeing what is actually there. You're getting in harmony with it. You're getting on the same frequency as it. You're getting on the same vibration as it. And now you're beginning to pull it forward into your life. And it is pulling on you as much as you are pulling on it. And the longer you can stay in that vibration, the more you can visualize yourself, the more you can allow it, right? Keyword, don't force it. Allow it to happen, just like I did with that flip, just like I did with that dive. Allow it to happen. It will start to come to you quicker. If you're getting value from this kind of content, make sure that you hit the subscribe button and leave a comment below. This YouTube channel, when I talk about these kind of things, when I talk about law of attraction and manifestation, this is for you. Time to wake you up out of the matrix. Time to put you back in the driver's seat of your life. And again, you're here for a reason. So I want to make sure you're not missing any other content like this, because everything I say is going to be ultimately for you to go back and empower yourself. I do not hold your secrets. I do not hold the key to your better life. You hold the key to your better life. I'm simply here to remind you of that and to encourage you to go out and make it happen. Do the work today. Don't wait till tomorrow. Be consistent. Do the work. Start right now. If you messed up yesterday, it's okay. Start right now. Start again today and continue again tomorrow. And if you want help in continuing, just keep coming back here and I will give you these reminders. I'll give you these daily reminders. Rewatch this video a number of times if you have to. You will get daily reminders from me. On that note, enjoy your visualization. Be sure to subscribe and leave a comment letting me know what you think.